What is going on, guys? This one is not a reaction video. In fact, it's a little bit different from everything else. It's more of a sort of an announcement or a little bit of a background history into why I'm an All Blacks fan and a little bit about the All Blacks themselves. Now, I was born and raised in Auckland, New Zealand, so I have always been watching the All Blacks since I was a small kid, and I think if you asked, 99% of the kids in New Zealand, they'd say that they're just die-hard fans of the All Blacks. It's pretty hard not to be here. It's kind of like, I don't know, football or basketball in US and maybe soccer in Europe, where it's all over the news lines, the headlines, and it's all over the the magazines, and everyone's talking about it, and that's what it gets like here. It's on the same level. But something special arrived for me today, and that is this right here. Let's see. Focus. All Blacks vs Australia at Eden Park, coming up on the 25th of August, and I'll be taking one of my kids along with me, and I'll be vlogging the whole thing, so I'll be taking you guys along to an All Blacks game. And what's special about that is that All Blacks versus Australia is probably the most probably the game that sort of represents rugby, I guess, as a whole. I mean, Australia against New Zealand is kind of like the biggest rivalry. Traditionally, the two strongest teams in the world. I mean, South Africa is also incredibly strong, along with a few Northern Hemisphere teams like England, and then Wales and Ireland, kind of. But and France as well. France can be pretty good on their day. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to like the last Rugby World Cup final in 2015 was Australia against New Zealand, which the All Blacks won. And so what's special about Eden Park as well, the stadium that they're playing at, which I'll be going to, is no one has beaten them there since 1994. That was the last time that someone beat them. It was France. France beat them in 1994. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. Really excited to go along to it. I think the last time I went to an All Blacks game was maybe about two years ago, maybe 3 years ago. But it's a rugby championship game, and every year they have the All Blacks play a rugby championship tournament, which is made up of South Africa, Australia, All Blacks, and as of for the last couple of years, Argentina has also been in it as well. So it's just a four-team tournament, and you basically just play each of the teams once at home and then once in their country. And then at the end of that, it's basically whoever has the most points, because if you win, you get points, and if you lose, you don't get anything. And I think New Zealand have won it the last... I don't want to be wrong on this. Let me just check. I think they've won it the last maybe 7 or 8 years in a row. And what this match also doubles as, it's called the Bledisloe Cup, which is only ever played between Australia and New Zealand. And it's a 2-game series, so basically they just count the 2 games where Australia and New Zealand play each other as the Bledisloe Cup matches as well. And New Zealand have won it the last 14 years in a row, and in order to take it off the other country, in order for Australia to take it off us, they need to win both games. So if we win one and then Australia wins one, we keep it. So it's very difficult to retain, to not only retain it, but to also get it back. It's it's quite a 14 years in a row is no joke. So the Australians are going to be pretty confident, especially since the funny thing is, the last time we played against them, I think it was in Sydney, and they beat us. So as it stands right now, Australia won the last game between the All Blacks and Australia. And so when is it? 25th of August? So that's only about, it's in New Zealand right now it is 10:45 p.m. on, what's the date? The date is the 14th of August. So yep, it is not this weekend coming, but the one after, on Saturday night. So yeah, I'll be bringing you guys along and vlogging the whole thing, and taking you guys inside an All Blacks stadium, and we'll all be decked out in complete black, everything black. So it's called, when you go into a stadium where the All Blacks are playing, it's called a blackout, where the entire stadium is just completely black. You might see a couple of little yellow dirty stains of Australian jerseys around the stadium. No, I'm just kidding. I love the Aussies. I love Australia. We go there for holidays sometimes. There's no bad blood or anything. It's a bit of like a brotherly sort of big brother and little brother sort of fighting, but we're the big brother. and anyway, yeah. So look forward to that one. That's going to be a real good time, epic game, and yeah, can't wait to bring you guys along with me. So if you want to see more of that, tell your friends and family, if you're interested about it, because I know you guys probably don't get to see much rugby up there in North America or wherever you're watching from. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So I'll keep doing my reaction videos after this. I thought I'd just take a break and a moment to explain sort of what's coming up and why I'm a fan of rugby and why I love the All Blacks. And that's me. That's it. That's my story. So if you like the video, make sure you leave a like, comment down below anything. I don't mind. Ask me some questions or tell me what you want me to look at, check out, or react to. And yeah, consider subscribing if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next video.